I've been to 4 matsuris in 3 days. This is the Midsummer peak for Shinto festivals in local shrines. This one you see is in Shinsaibashi, and it's featuring exclusively taiko music from a whole bunch of different taiko groups. You see water being sprayed on the audience to keep the audience cool. And these matsuris made me think a lot about Japanese culture, and I heard on BBC Radio 4 the economics minister Asano explaining why Japan doesn't want to welcome more immigrants, and he says it's for cultural reasons. Have a listen.
It's certainly true that Japan's population is aging and reducing, and one way openness would help is in encouraging immigration into Japan. Here you meet, though, the old Japan, the old insularity, and it's worth pointing out that insular Japan, for all its problems, has been a very pleasant place to live for many decades. Crime is low, cohesion is high. Japan's economics minister, Kaoru Yasano, told me he wants to keep Japan Japanese.
Immigration is very difficult, I think.
For cultural reasons?
Yes. Take the case of Germany and your country. The cultural background is different. Customs are different. Religions are different. And for a short time or period, this might be help to industry and for the society. But the social cost to keep those immigrants happy will be enormous.
We did buy beer from Chinese grocery clerks, though, during these matsuris, so there are immigrants from other Asian countries. What strikes me about these festivals is that you find the sacred and profane in close proximity, and a lot of this looks like performance art to me, but I suppose it's a bit like what they say about technology, that all technology eventually seems to be magic, and all misunderstood ritual seems to be performance art. This matsuri is in a shrine known for stomach ailments, and there's a lot of taiko drumming. There are a lot of children here because just next door there's another shrine. These are all shrines with their matsuris, not temples. Shrines are Shinto religion, and that means it's the local agrarian folk religion. And that mingles in the syncretistic way that Japan is good at. It mingles a lot with local places. The Ebisu Matsuri that I was just at has close ties with the local fish market, and so the celebrants, who are women here in their red and white robes, are doing a kind of fish dance, and later there's fish cooked on this pot actually, and some of these rituals strike me as almost there's something Pacific, especially the midsummer ones. There's something Maori and Pacific about the Japanese. In the really hot weather, you feel that there's some oceanic quality they have. A lot of winter sports and ice and things like that were also in all these matsuris. Blocks of very clear ice containing fish, or just ice on its own that people were touching like a talisman. And sometimes these hot nights remind me of living in New York. There was a sort of density and intensity in Chinatown there, walking down Hester Street from the Lower East Side into Chinatown. The children's one had comedians and clowns, but also this kind of weird fishing done by the priestesses, the Shinto priestesses catching a plastic fish and passing it and offering it to each other. And weird music meanwhile being played nearby. Slade's Come On Feel the Noise, or The Lion Sleeps Tonight, pop, and this drumming and flute playing side by side. Elements of a British funfair as well, or a rave with sort of LEDs flashing with fluorescent colours and little bangles and crowns that the children were wearing. Also, this one particularly felt like an art gallery, not only because of the fish in the block of ice, which could be a Damien Hirst piece or whatever, but children's art all over the place, and competitions and people being drawn live. I like the little matsuris where there's not much gimmickry, but these big ones are good for a kind of almost television-like entertainment quality. I remember seeing a Shinto priestess in a BBC documentary saying that people who found the phallic imagery comic were of a low moral level. So I agree with that. I didn't try the sleighing, but there could be nothing more luxurious than going on a sled trip in the middle of summer.